People who lost their jobs by going off on a customer. What is your story? 1. Some guy had just finished training for a call center, and a few days in, he answered the phone to a customer and got into an argument. The argument went on for nearly an hour, and when the customer finally hung up, the guy called him back just to continue the argument. He was in his late 50s and lost his job very quickly after. 2. Not me, but my mother. She was working at an upscale cocktail lounge in Arlington, Virginia, just out of college. Fancy place, all DC businessman. It was common for large groups of men to come in and get absolutely wasted. One night, a guy decided after a few cocktails that it would be hilarious to untie the wrap skirt that was part of her uniform. Bad idea. My mother was furious and dumped an entire tray of martinis on his head. She was promptly fired, but still thinks it was worth it. 3. It was my co-worker. We worked in the produce section of Safeway. He had just gotten in like 5 minutes prior and was obviously in a bad mood when a customer came up and started complaining about her fruit. He tried the usual talking points, but the lady was being a Karen. Finally, he just lost it and yelled, "F off, you stupid a hole." He threw his apron at her and walked out of the store, never heard from him again. That was also the day I worked my first 16-hour shift. 4. Lost my position at a vet clinic. A woman brought in her 5-year-old dog, which had diarrhea for the past week, but was left untreated. She was tired of the dog messing in the house, so instead of having it treated, she decided she'd rather just have the dog put down. I proceeded to call her a dumb a hole while explaining the responsibilities involved when you decide to have a pet. I was fired, and I never looked back. 5. This didn't happen to me, but I witnessed it. A friend of mine used to work at a pizza place, and I'd hang out in the lobby playing their Pac-Man machine. Anyway, my friend was taking orders when a guy stormed in screaming about the wrong toppings. He pulled the pizza out of the box and frisbeed it into my friend's face. My 2-time Detroit Golden Gloves champion friend. What followed was the worst beating I've ever seen one man take. My friend lost his job and got jail time out of it. 6. I didn't get fired, but I got a written warning for this. I was working chat tech support for a web host. A customer chatted in complaining about slowness and claiming our servers were having issues. I went through all the standard steps, and we determined that his ISP was actually the issue. He didn't believe me and got obstinate, so I ended the chat by saying, "You're wrong." About 10 minutes later, I got a new chat. I saw the account name and the question. It was the same guy asking the same thing. Without letting him say anything, I typed, "You're still wrong," and closed the chat. If I wasn't one of the better techs I know, I would have been fired.